Okay, we are back here at the PCTA for our second meet of the day, the Bayha division. We'll be starting with the 3,000 meter run shortly. We have one heat of that scheduled to race Abigail Cole of Charahoe, Bailey Brown of Cumberland, Abby Gilpin of Portsmouth, Julia Fortune of Charahoe, Madeline O'Neill of Narragansett, Oslo of Tollgate, Kiara Foster of Portsmouth, Paige Grisson of Charahoe, Maggie Loader of Portsmouth, and Gabby Sparks of Portsmouth. So that's 15 laps around this track, just one heat. Abigail Cole of Charahoe, our top seed, with a seed time of 10:41.52. Earlier in the meet, earlier in the day, Reese Faze of East Greenwich running 10:07.81 in the Headley division, winning that race by almost a minute. So pretty much a time trial for Reese Faze. And again, our first heat, or our only heat of the 3,000 meter run. Abigail Cole, our number one seed at 10:41.52. That's Bailey Brown right there on the backstretch, taking the early lead. The Cumberland senior, she has an 11:06 seed time coming into this race. So again, we have Bailey Brown taking the early lead in this race. So Bailey about 83 seconds for that first 400. About a 1 to 2 second lead right now. But we are early in this race, only a quarter mile into this race. 15 laps, we are on lap number 3. So Bailey Brown holding the lead, but that's our number one seed right behind her. Abigail Cole moving into second place. And Madeline O'Neill of Narragansett, only a freshman, in third. So Bailey Brown, Abigail Cole, and Madeline O'Neill occupying those front 3 spots. Julia Fortune of Charahoe in fourth. Abby Gilpin of Portsmouth in 5th, and Tollgate's Os Low in 6th. So Abigail Cole leading the race here. We're 7 laps in. One more lap and we will have the mile.
Did you work with Rick Berryman while you work? Yeah.
So Abigail Cole leading after the mile. And increasing that lead. So just a few laps ago, Abigail Cole taking over this front runner position and leading this race. She was our top seed, coming in with a 10:41.52 time. It's Madeline O'Neill behind her. And Bailey Brown in 3rd. So there's our leader, number 1, Charahoe's Abigail Cole, lapping the field.
Wrong one.
Okay, I do want to apologize. It was actually Julia Fortune of Charahoe winning this race. And Julia is finishing right now, coming down that straightaway. About 11:11 for Julia Fortune. So Julia Fortune winning that race.
Instructions, all relay teams. 1,500. There's only 2 people who haven't checked in. If you can come by, Sabrina Leary and Ava Pistachio. Oh, and Gabby Sparks. So if those 3 girls.
Okay, Julia Fortune 11:11.84. Madeline O'Neill 11:23.70 for second. Abigail Cole from Charahoe 11:32.04 for third. Bailey Brown of Cumberland 11:38.88. Abby Gilpin of Portsmouth 11:46.77 for fifth. So Julia Fortune of Charahoe, our winner, 11:11.84. So there we have it, our results up here, courtesy of Greg Baudet. Giving us these results after the races. Julia Fortune winning, 11:11. 11:23.84. Madeline O'Neill, 11:23.70 for second. Okay, next on the track is the 4x200 meter relay. We have two heats. Scheduled to run in the first heat is Coventry, Narragansett, and Mount St. Charles. Narragansett holding the top seeded time, 2:01:15. So again, on the track now is the first of two heats of the 4x200 meter relay. Coventry, Narragansett, and Mount St. Charles on the line in this heat. Few things I want to mention. Earlier this week, classical coach Bob Palazzo winning the National Coach of the Year, a well-deserved award for Bob, who's been around for more than 3 decades coaching track and field at Classical High School, producing multiple All-Staters, All-Americans, and even 3 Olympic trials qualifiers. A well-deserved honor for Bob, so congratulations to Bob on this honor. And the other thing I want to mention is what happened yesterday in Virginia at the 757 Showdown. Sophia Goriaran winning the 600 meter run against professional runners, 1:27:02, a national sophomore record. So here we are in the first heat of the 4x200 meter relay. So the 4x200 meter relay on the track, and that's Narragansett out in front after 2 legs. And a very strong leg from Narragansett on that 3rd leg. And Narragansett taking control right from the beginning in this race. And that's Mount St. Charles moving into 2nd place. But Narragansett winning heat number 1 of 2 heats in the 4x200 meter relay. Looks like about 2 minutes, 2:01. Two minutes, .77 for Narragansett. Mount St. Charles, 2:05.20, and there they are. 2:05.41 for Coventry. There's the result of the first heat of the 4x200 meter relay. So next on the track is heat number 2, the final heat of the 4x200 meter relay, Cumberland, Bayview, Pilgrim, and Portsmouth. Okay, there's the second heat on the 4x200 meter relay. Cumberland, Bayview, Pilgrim, and Portsmouth in this heat. And that's Portsmouth in the lead on the first exchange. And Pilgrim right there in second place. So Portsmouth and Pilgrim in those top 2 positions right now. Bayview in third place. And Cumberland right behind in fourth. Pilgrim taking over the lead on this backstretch and looking very strong. And our final leg, Pilgrim with the lead. Portsmouth there in second. Bayview and Cumberland battling for that third spot. But this is all Pilgrim. So Pilgrim winning the race in 1:54, about that, but we'll have that time up shortly. There it is, 1:55.48, 1:57.54 for Bayview, Portsmouth 1:57.91, and 2:01.57 for Cumberland. So next on the track, we'll have the 55-meter hurdles. We'll be setting up those hurdles shortly. Oh, actually, we'll have the 1,500, then the 55-meter hurdles. So the 1,500 next on the track. 2 heats of that. Scheduled to run O.C. Lowe of Tollgate, Elizabeth Schultz of Portsmouth, Morgan Lavralt of Portsmouth, Grace Bell of Cumberland, Gabby Sparks of Portsmouth, Amber Lopes of Pilgrim, Grace Rutherford of Coventry, Malin Kelly of Coventry, and Ava Noker of Mount St. Charles, scheduled to run in the first heat. Lowe owning our top time in this heat, 5:33.62 as a seed time. Okay, there we go. We have the first of two heats in the 1500. OC Low of Tollgate, our number one seed, 533.62.
Yeah, it does that, and then if there's more than 8, it changes as I think I set it for 7 seconds. So, yeah, that's all set from our side. This is just format.
Morgan Levrolt of Portsmouth
Whereas that one is
leading early in this race.
coming from the timing software, and the data is coming from the management software. I could have set that up, but I think that would have taken another hour.
Quicker. Right, so you're just basically taking their information.
Tollgate's OC Low and Cumberland's Grace Belt in that second and third positions.
They don't get it until the whole election time, not save it, and then they can pull in their comments into the management software, or separate. And then they take it, and they can send out, see, like, those are all 3 weeks of the whole week.
So Levrolt still winning this race, but followed closely behind by Grace Bell and OC Low. About 126.
In the future, I could set up a world that, like, right now it's like what they want. It's like, it's just not a field for it right now. So it would say, like, hey,
So right now we have a 3-person race here. That's Grace Bell taking over the lead, but not by much. One more lap and we'll be going by the 800 mark. So we're 600 meters into this race. And again, Grace Belt holding a slight lead over OC Low, pulling away from Morgan Levrolt. So Grace Belt about 2:59 at the 800 meter mark. And picking up the lead now as she approaches the next lap. Grace Belt picking up the pace and holding a 30 meter lead right now.
Is anything going wrong? Just let me know.
Gracie, come on! All right, Gracie. You gotta go for it, Gracie. We want you to go. Hey, come on.
He's quicker. He'll be quicker at it. The software side I can easily do, but the networking I don't really know. You can figure it out.
So Grace Belt taking charge in this race about 4:33 at 1200. 300 meters to go, or less than 300 meters to go now. She's got one lap remaining as she hits the bell lap here.
Why make my own? Since they're going to be sending it to us, that's what I was talking about with overlay. I don't know how that software works. It might be possible.
So Grace coming in with a 5:45 seed time. Should be under that by the time she crosses the finish line. Actually, will be well under that by the time she crosses the line. And 5:36, unofficially, 5:35.14 for Grace Bell. And that's O.C. Lowe, 5:50.51 for second. And Amber Lopes of Pilgrim, 5:56.77 for third. So we'll have one more heat of this 1500 once this race is complete. Morgan Leverell, fourth place, 6:12.55. Elizabeth Schultz, 6:20.68 for fifth. Maylin Kelly, 6:21.85 for sixth.
I gotta go now.
So next on the track we have the second of two heats in the 1500. Lauren Joseph of Coventry, Sabrina Leary of Portsmouth, Olivia Bell of Cumberland, Erin Von Heusen of Charahoe, Katie Yalanis of Portsmouth, Allison Pekowitz of Tollgate, Molly Cunningham of Tollgate, Sophia Delchario of Bayview, and Ava Pistachio of Narragansett. So here we go with the second heat of the 1500. That's Olivia Bell out there in the lead, whose sister Grace just won the previous heat. So Sabrina Leary right behind. Still a bunched up lead pack. We're just over 200 meters into this race. So Olivia last week running 5:10.88, the number 9 time in the country. And Sabrina Leary, our 1,000-meter champion last week. And that's O.C. That's Lauren Joseph of Coventry in third. and Charahoe's Aaron Ron Hewson, a freshman, in fourth. Still anyone's race. Taking over the lead is Sabrina Leary of Portsmouth. They are approaching 800 meters, 2:40 on the clock. So Sabrina Leary, Lauren Joseph, Olivia Belt, and Erin Von Heusen, the freshman from Charahoe, in those top four positions. So Sabrina Leary and Lauren Joseph. Erin Von Heusen in third and Olivia Bell in fourth. But Sabrina Leary setting the pace here. An increase in her lead. As we approach our gun lap, Sabrina Leary taking charge on this second heat of the 1500, the seeded heat.
Move, Aaron, move! Come on, Aaron, go by!
Erin Von Heusen moving into second place. And that's Lauren Joseph and Olivia Belt in those next two positions. But this race is Sabrina Leary's of Portsmouth, last week's 1,000-meter winner. Erin Von Heusen securing second place. Sabrina Leary 5:02.96. Erin Von Heusen 5:06.26, 5:08.31 for Lauren Joseph, and Olivia Belt 5:10.74. So there you have our results. Sabrina Leary winning this race 5:02.96. Erin Von Heusen, the 9th grader, coming in second at 5:06.26. 5:08.31 for Lauren Joseph and 5:10.74 for Olivia Belt. So next on the track will be the 55-meter hurdles. Right there we have the high jump. Okay, now on the track we have 2 heats of the 55-meter hurdles. Gia Ramsey of Coventry, Abby Choquette of Coventry, Emily Enos of Cumberland, Alexandria O'Shea of Cumberland, Maura Dennis of Portsmouth, Ainsley Patty of Bayview, Maria Boynge of Tollgate, and L'Oreal Remlard of Tollgate in heat number 1. So 2 heats of the 55-meter hurdles. And there we go. Okay, tough to call from this spot. Maura Dennis of Portsmouth winning the race 11.01. Ainsley Patty 11.03 in second. And Abby Choquette of Coventry 11.29 for third place. So next on the track is section 2 of 2. Kendall Brooks of Tollgate in lane number 1. Ryan Menely of Portsmouth. Aaliyah Negri of Cumberland. Megan Lehan of Portsmouth. Alyssa Tomey of Pilgrim. Emma Landy of Narragansett. Amy Papa of Bayview. And Kennelly Hugh of Shea. And that looks like Alyssa Toomey winning this race. And yes, she did. 9.67. Megan Lehan, 9.70 for second. And Ryan McNeely of Portsmouth, 10.34 for third. So our next race on the track will be the 55-meter dash. There will be 4 heats. And we've switched over right now to the long jump. And that's Narragansett. And that was Charahoe clearing the bar there. We will give you results of the high jump once it's complete. And again, right here, the first heat of the 55-meter dash. And we do have a false start. So scheduled to run this race, Jessica Lorenzo of Tolman, Chloe Babcock of Charahoe, Caitlin Barry of Tolman, Anisha Dos Santos of Shea, Ava Howley of Coventry, Ariana Moan of Coventry, Jillian Happany of Mount St. Charles, and Laurie Lee Remblard of Tollgate. And that's Cumberland going for the attempt there in the high jump. So the first heat of the 55-meter dash Isabel Kaler of Mount St. Charles winning 8.45. Anna Butler of Narragansett 8.52. Diamond Gentile 8.62. Kylie Perrin 8.89 for those top 4 positions. And we're switching over to the long jump. That was Cumberland making that attempt. Okay, we're on to heat number 3. Ashley Vera of Coventry High, Katie Spanner of Portsmouth, Mackenzie Norton of Cumberland, Bryn Ekman of Cumberland, Jordan Nicholas of Cumberland, Leah Fortin of Tollgate, Maria Del Varcio of Tollgate, and Ansley Patty of Bayview. And Leah Fortin winning that heat, 8.33. Bryn Ekman, 8.41. And Jordan Nicholas, 8.43. Okay, we're going to have heat number 4 on the line. Amaya Coffey of Pilgrim, Alana Coffey of Pilgrim, Jenna Silvestri of Narragansett, Sarah Tatro of Narragansett, Abby Armajo of Portsmouth, Kayla Quinn of Bayview, Katie Famagetti of Portsmouth, and Sydney Kell of Cumberland. So our final heat now on the track. Kaylee Quinn owning our fastest time in this field, 7.82 from last week. Actually, Abby Armajo, 7.78 from last week. And it does look like we have Portsmouth winning that race. And we do. Abby Armajo, 7.73. Sarah Tatro, 7.77. Kaylee Quinn, 7.83. Those top 3 positions. As the remaining times of the runners in this field. But Abby Armajo of Portsmouth winning this race, 7.73. Okay, moving along, we'll be going to the 55-meter dash. Jessica Lorenzo of Tolman, Chloe Babcock of Charahoe, Caitlin Barry of Tolman, Anissa Dos Santos of Shea, Ava Hawley of Coventry, Ariana Moan of Coventry, Jillian Hampney of Mount St. Charles, and Laurie Lee Ramblot of Tollgate. That was the heat earlier that had a false start. And Ariana Moan winning that race, 8.92. Okay, our next event on the track will be the 600. We have 2 heats of that. So, scheduled to run in the first of two heats of the 600. Summer Santini of Cumberland, Frances Miller of Bayview, Jacqueline Brozu of Coventry, Jordan Brookshire of Coventry, Camille Remlard of Tollgate, Kaylee Fagundes of Tollgate, Moav McCarty of Mount St. Charles, Kylie Strain of Pilgrim, Lulu Ferry of Tollgate, and Brenna Plasnak of Bayview. So again, we have our cameras on the long jump. Coming shortly will be the first of two heats of the 600.
300 meters, 300-meter check-in.
And 8 runners scheduled to be running. Actually, 9 runners scheduled to be running in this race.
Maybe the start list, Alan? I'm gonna get my phone.
So right there in lane number 1 is our top seed, Summer Sartini, a freshman from Cumberland. She comes in with a seed time of 1:53.81. And we are underway here in the 600, the first of two heats. And that's the Cumberland freshman there in first place, Summer Sartini. So Summer Sartini, the freshman from Cumberland, about 36 seconds after 200 meters. Summer Sartini building a big lead. Looks like right around 73 seconds after 400 meters for Summer Sartini, the freshman from Cumberland. About an 8-second lead on the second place runner. And that's Bayview's Francine Miller. But Summer Sartini winning this race convincingly, right around 151 for Summer. 150.52 officially. Francine Miller second at 156.91. And that's Jacqueline Brousseau, 204.82 for third. So there's our finishing times for the first heat. Again, Summer Sartini winning this race, 150.51. So next on the track is the second of two heats of the 600, Sabrina Leary of Portsmouth. Ryan McNeely of Portsmouth. Brooke Kansas of Charahoe. Poppy Jelly of Portsmouth. Catherine Damon of Portsmouth. Emily Peterson of Cumberland. Elizabeth Pickering of Cumberland. Phoebe Chase of Bayview. Anna LaCroix of Charahoe, and Anna Calfa of Cumberland. Top seed Sabrina Leary, our 1,500 meter winner earlier in meet. So the time to beat 150.52 by Summer Sartini, only a ninth grader for Cumberland. Okay, our second heat of the 600. And that's Sabrina Leary out there in front, the number one seed. And that's Cumberland's Emma Peterson right behind, in Brooke Canizer of Charahoe in third. So we're approaching our gun lap with Sabrina Leary holding a slight lead, about 70 seconds on the clock after 400 meters. Sabrina Leary trying to pick up the pace, but we have a race here. Brooke Canizer of Charahoe taking over the lead just before the turn. And Brooke having slightly more in the tank to take this race, with Cumberland's Elizabeth Pickering taking over second. 147.36 for Brooke. Elizabeth Pickering, 148.76. Phoebe Chase, 149.43. And Sabrina Leary also under 150, 149.96. So there we have the high jump. I believe the bar is at 5.3 right now. And we'll try to give you a name of that individual that's lining up. I believe that's Margaret Whedon of Charahoe, who comes in with a 5.3 best. So Margaret Whedon attempting to match her PR right here, and just hitting the bar. So Margaret has already cleared 5.1. So coming up, we will have 7 heats of the 300-meter dash. Lorelei Remblad of Tollgate, Margaret Lemer of Bayview, Anisha Dos Santos of Shea, Anna Butler of Narragansett, and Jessica Lorenzo of Tollgate in the first heat. So here you go with our first heat of the 300. That's Anna Butler right there. She will take that lead at the cutoff point. Bayview's Margaret Lima and Shea's Anicia Dos Santos. But it's Narragansett's Anna Butler winning that race. Right around 52 seconds, so 52.84 officially. Anisha Dos Santos, 55.09, and Margaret Lima, 58.10. Heat number 1. On the track now is heat number 2. Caitlin Nicholas of Mount St. Charles. Caitlin Barry of Tollgate. Jillian Happany of Mount St. Charles. Tess Bryden of Bayview, and Ariana Moan of Coventry. Okay, it looks like we might have had a false start. So again, we have Mount St. Charles, Caitlin Nicholas in lane number 2, Caitlin Barry of Tolman. I believe we said Tollgate before that. Jillian Happany of Mount St. Charles, Tess Bryden of Bayview, and Ariana Moan of Coventry. So 7 heats of the 300. This is the second heat. So 1.5 laps around this track. Right when they get past here, you're going to have one more lap. And we've had a few scratches in this race. That's Coventry's Ariana Moan and Tess Bryden of Mount St. Charles. And that's Tess Bryden winning this race from Bayview Academy. 52.12, 53.62 for Ariana Moan. Next on the track is Section 3 of 7. Ava Howley of Coventry. Kara Leclerc of Mount St. Charles. Marina McAlation of Charahoe. And Maya Weathers of Charahoe. So again, it looks like we've had a few scratches here in this race too. It's Mount St. Charles' Kara Leclerc pushing her way to the finish. About 49.50 seconds. So Kara 50.32 to win.
4x4 relays can send one person down to check your relay in, and the 1,000 was still missing about 5 or 6 girls.
So heat number 4 on the track, Jalen Pillar of Pilgrim, Kendall Brooks of Tollgate, Diamond Gentile of Coventry, Erin Bissett of Cumberland, and Emma Kokob of Charahoe. And we do have a close race here coming down the stretch. And that's Diamond Gentile winning the race in 50.16. Erin Bissett 50.59. Kendall Brooks 51.52. So a very close race. So heat number 5 on the track, Phoebe Dolan of Bayview, Charlie White of Mount St. Charles, Sarah Tatchell of Narragansett, Jenna Silvestri of Narragansett, and Isabella Kaler of Mount St. Charles. Heat 5 of 7 heats. And that's Sarah Tatchell of Narragansett taking charge in this race with authority. Sarah Tatro, 45 seconds and change. 45.60 official time. 48.37 for Isabella Kaler. And Jenna Silvestri, 49.75 for third. Okay, we have the 6th of 7 heats here. In the 300, that's Faye Strain of Pilgrim, Kate Famlagetti of Portsmouth, Leah Fortin of Tollgate, Jordan Durham of Portsmouth, and Maggie Peterson of Cumberland. We do have a scratch. Katie Famlagetti not in this race. That's Portsmouth Jordan Durham leading this race. So Jordan winning this race in 47.92. Maggie Peterson 50.39. Leah Fortin 50.71. And our final heat right there on the track, we have Katie Blaze of Cumberland, Katie Spanner of Portsmouth, Bryn Ekman of Cumberland, Kayla Quinn of Bayview, and Abby Armijo of Portsmouth. And we do have a scratch. Kayla Quinn not in this race from Bayview. And that's Portsmouth Katie Spanner. Katie looking very strong. Actually, that was Abby Armijo. Sorry about that. 46.81. Bryn Ekman, 49.60. And Katie Blaze, 49.83. So next on the track we have the 1,000 meter run. Sophia DeCharo of Bayview, Julia Laverty of Cumberland,
Talk to Abby, though. Can you text Jen to see if Abby's sleeping?
Grace Gillett of Charahoe, Catherine Allenson of Charahoe, Sarah O'Connell of Cumberland, Maggie Lauder of Portsmouth. Kaylin Mahoney of Portsmouth, Kiara Foster of Portsmouth, Camille Remlott of Tollgate, Olivia Colo of Bayview, Ava Noker of Mount St. Charles, Abigail Pear of Bayview, and Maria Bonya. So we have 10 runners in this heat. And this is the first of 2 heats. And that's Cumberland's Julia Laverty, a freshman leading this race. Looks like about 38 seconds after 200 meters. Right there in second, Grace Gillette of Charahoe, a sophomore. So 2 underclassmen out there in front. About 81 seconds at the 400 meter mark for Julia Laverty of Cumberland. Grace Gillette in second, and right there in third, Sophia DeChario. About 2:08 on the clock after 600 meters. Still anyone's race. Grace Gillette holding on to that second spot, not too far behind Julia Laverty, who's led this race right from the beginning. We're approaching the gun lap. And at 800 meters, about 2:53. It is a 2-person race between Julia Laverty and Grace Gillette of Charahoe. Both looking strong as we approach 100 meters to go. Julia picking up the pace on the final straightaway. And winning this race in about 334.41 to be exact. Grace Gillette coming in second, 335.77. Taking third, Catherine Allenson of Charahoe, 345.24. So now on the track is the second and final heat of the 1,000-meter run. Abigail Cole of Charahoe, Allison Dove of Coventry, Grace Carr of Cumberland, Abby Gilpin of Portsmouth, Erin Von Heusen of Charahoe, Katie Yalanis of Portsmouth, Molly Cunningham of Tollgate, Allison Pankowitz of Tollgate, Sarah Lanty of Cumberland, Ava Pistachio of Narragansett, Phoebe Chase of Bayview, Amanda Hebert of Coventry, and O.C. Lowe of Tollgate. So 13 runners scheduled in this heat. Okay, the final heat of the 1,000-meter run. We do have a scratch. O.C. Lowe of Tollgate not in this race. So 12 runners. Grace Carr right there in front. And I believe Molly Cunningham, actually Allison Pankowitz of Tollgate, a freshman right there in second. And that's Allison Dove right there in second, right behind Grace Carr. So about 77 seconds on the clock after the 400. Grace Carr leading this race, but right behind Allison Dove of Coventry. Holding a big lead over the chase pack. About 6 seconds. So 600 meters, about 156. And Grace Carr, our leader, she's held that spot right from the gun. But Allison Dove not letting her get in the comfort zone. And that's Erin Von Heusen in third place, the freshman from Charahoe. And Allison Dove and Grace Carr battling it out up front. Erin Von Heusen right there in third place.
Grace, come on! Grace, come on!
We have a race. Allison Dove and Grace Carr, with Grace Carr holding the lead. She's held this lead from the start. Allison Dove right behind. Grace Carr holding on to that lead. One she held from the start, 3:18.05. Allison Dove, 3:18.36. Erin Von Heusen, 3:21.26 for those top three positions. So we are approaching our final event in the Bayha division meet, the 4x400 meter relay. And there you see them. We have Coventry, Tollgate, Bayview, Portsmouth, Cumberland, and Pilgrim. And we only have one heat of this. Our number one seed, Cumberland, with a 4:32.92 seed time. Right behind Pilgrim, 4:34.19. They're in lanes 5 and 6. And I do not see Pilgrim lining up. So Cumberland, our top seed, 4:32.92. Our next seed, Portsmouth, 4:52.92. So at the cutoff point, that's Cumberland and Portsmouth holding those top two positions. Bayview right behind. And Coventry followed by Tollgate. So Cumberland, our top seed, holding that top position, but not by much. We have Coventry right there taking over the lead. So after the first leg, it's Coventry and Cumberland, followed by Bayview. Cumberland regaining the lead here on the backstretch. Bayview taking over second. And Coventry right there in third. So Cumberland, Bayview, and Portsmouth in that order. Portsmouth moving into second place and taking over first as we come to our third exchange, about 2:19 on the clock. Portsmouth and Cumberland battling down the backstretch. Cumberland retaking the lead. That's Olivia Belt, who earlier finished fourth in the 1500. So Cumberland retaking this lead, and Olivia Belt doing a good job of building on it. About a 5-second lead for Cumberland right now. Olivia Belt with a very strong leg. So with one leg remaining, it's Cumberland, followed by Portsmouth. So our top seed, Cumberland, getting it done here in our final event of the Bayha Division meet, the 4x400 relay. We're approaching our gun lap. About 4:02 on the clock. But Cumberland coming on strong with a very fast third leg from Olivia Belt. So Cumberland taking the win here. 437.44 for Cumberland. 444.14 for Portsmouth for second.
Teams that are upstairs, I'd like to thank you. We've had about 20 meets. This is the first meet I have not had to yell or even ask people.
So a very impressive win from Cumberland. 437.14, 444.14 for Portsmouth. Bayview coming in third, 505.70. And there you have our results, our final results. Tollgate getting that fourth spot in Coventry, finishing fifth. So this, again, is our final event of the Bayha Division, coming up at 5 o'clock, so about 30 minutes will be the Dwyer Division. We'll be back here then. And that will be our third and final event meet of the weekend, the Dwyer Division, coming up at 5 o'clock.